Hello YouTubers, Joshua724 here. In this episode I will address something that I think most Minecraft users might gain an appreciation for: memory heap. When I was transitioning from 1.5.2 to 1.6, I did a lot of research just to find any information on how to make Minecraft run more efficiently. First I found Java Heap. Then I found some Java commands. It wasn't until I found a page that put the two together that I realized I found exactly what I was looking for. Java Heap is a means by which a user can optimize the use of RAM while doing anything in Java, particularly Minecraft. I don't know if this works for anything less than 1.6 because I didn't start playing Minecraft until 1.5.2 and 1.6 was coming right around the corner. I imagine some users might have managed to make an executable to take advantage of it. However, 1.6, because of its redesign, particularly with the launcher, allows for Java arguments to be added to Minecraft to hopefully improve gameplay. Now, this is what the Java commands are. -xms is the initial and minimum Java heap size. Now, I don't see any need to have that, other than maybe using rather precise programs, but all Minecraft needs is a maximum, which would be this, the -xmx command. That will make sure Java doesn't run Minecraft in anything higher than a certain RAM value, and I'll specify that later. 256M, the only thing that's necessary to know is M is for megabytes. Now that's for anyone that's got like maybe 2 gigabytes of RAM total. I'll explain how best to utilize that command for that. 2G, the G stands for gigabytes, and this is how it's laid out. In particular, this is my server command, which I run as a .bat file. It can be run as anything as long as it's an executable that is within reach of the jar file, which will be this. I run MCPC server. Now, the best way to run this is, well, let's say you have 2 gigabytes of RAM. So, 2 gigabytes total. Minecraft should only be allowed to use 1 gigabyte of that. So that way, well, Minecraft, you might think that it needs more RAM to work, but in actuality it doesn't. It needs less RAM. That way, half the RAM can be used by Minecraft, the other half can be used by the video cards to be able to render all the graphics in-game. Now, cut this down in half to 512 megabytes. That would be the least amount you would, let's see here, megabytes. It's been a while since I had to type that in. But anyways, that's the minimum value you would want for a 2 gigabyte system. Now with 4 gigabyte and 8 gigabyte systems coming out, then it would be, minimum would be, well, let's see, 4 gigabytes, minimum 2 gigabytes, no, minimum 1 gigabyte, maximum 2 gigabytes. Let's see. And this value right here, it can look like that, or like that. It doesn't really matter which one you use, because either value is the same. Now, how you use this in Minecraft. This is the 1.6 layout. I'm sure you all recognize it. Now, in particular, when you have in your profile, which will, well, you'll first load Minecraft, and that will bring up a downloaded jar file, which, depending on whether or not you use mods, well, depending on how the jar file will look. This is with a Forge install. Click on the profile, edit the profile, Here's the profile layout, use version, and right here is where the Java arguments are important. You need to select JVM arguments, and right here is where it's important. Now this line and this line, those are just for a Forge install, and it's a minor complication because of what Forge does to Minecraft. But this is where the Java argument will go. Now, as you can see, I did not put a minimum value in because for all intents and purposes it doesn't need it. But that's where it would go, and if you wanted to put a minimum value, it would go right next to it over here.